Senator John Fetterman was the first Democratic senator to visit Mar-a-Lago, and he says he's committed to working alongside Republicans, but can he find a middle ground with an administration that has spent the first week in power destroying Democratic Party policies? And, let's say, he's a little shaky with democracy. I believe it's only been a week since the former president has retaken office. You were there at inauguration. He's been attempting to flex his power. But are you surprised by anything? I didn't even see what that was.
He's wearing a similar outfit at the inauguration, and you looked great.
I totally feel you.
It's not every day that a U.S. senator steps right into the heat of a talk show debate. But John Fetterman didn't just appear on The View, he came ready. Known for its intense discussions, the show saw Fetterman tackle tough topics, from January 6th to his meetings with Republicans and speculation about his shifting political stance. Whether you admire him or criticize him, one thing is certain: he doesn't shy away from controversy. Some see him as a political disruptor, shaking things up. Others believe he's getting too close to Trump's circle, especially after joining Truth Social. His recent choices have sparked debate. Some call him a bridge builder, while others see his moves as a betrayal. But why does this matter? In a world where politics is often about choosing sides, Fetterman stands in the middle, facing criticism from both ends. When pressed, he didn't back down. He addressed the chaos of January 6th, reaffirmed his democratic principles, and made his stance clear. The question remains: is Fetterman making a smart political move, or is he taking a gamble he can't afford? Let's break it down.
Okay, I get you. But are you surprised at anything you've been seeing, or do you anticipate that there's going to be changes that we should be prepped for that we're not thinking about?
Honestly, I haven't been surprised by anything now. He's been doing essentially what he actually campaigned on that. Mm-hmm. He announced he is going to pardon the J6 individuals. He is going to absolutely go after the border. So there's a lot of things that he's already ran on. Criticized a lot of it, and I don't agree with everything either, but it's undeniable he actually ran on that and been really upfront.
On January 6th, 2021, former D.C. police officer Michael Fanone nearly lost his life defending the Capitol. He was attacked, tasered, and even suffered a heart attack. His survival serves as a stark reminder of the violence that unfolded. Now, he is one of the loudest voices opposing pardons for the rioters. His words carry weight. He lived through the chaos firsthand. All those who claimed to stand with us disappeared, Fanone recently said, expressing frustration with leaders who failed to uphold justice. When John Fetterman was asked about Fanone's remarks, he didn't hold back. He began by acknowledging the officer's pain. "I've had a stroke. I understand," he said, drawing a connection to their shared struggles with lasting health effects. But he didn't stop there. He firmly condemned the attack on the Capitol. For Fetterman, pardoning the rioters isn't just wrong. It's an attack on democracy itself. His stance on January 6th remains firm and unwavering.
Early on, immediately after the election, I was like, hey, we have a choice. We can freak out and follow every other thing around, like a cat, with a laser, after everyone. But I'm not that guy. I'm not going to be that Democrat. For me, there's things I'm going to agree with, I'm going to disagree with, but I'm in the business of finding wins for Pennsylvania and for the nation, and engaging the president. I think I see that as doing my job.
While some politicians prefer to move on, Fetterman refuses to let those responsible escape accountability. Recently, he has faced pushback from his own party. His decision to join Truth Social, a Trump-backed platform, and his visit to Mar-a-Lago for Republican meetings have raised eyebrows. Some question whether he remains loyal to the Democratic Party. His views on immigration and fracking have only fueled speculation that he's shifting to the right, but Fetterman is standing his ground. When challenged, he made his position clear. He hasn't changed. He remains committed to core democratic values. He supports pro-choice policies, stands firmly for LGBTQ rights, and advocates for fair immigration laws. To him, these values are non-negotiable. As for his Mar-a-Lago meetings, Fetterman insists they're about dialogue, not compromise. "I'm not changing my beliefs," he stated, "but I am open to conversation." His reasoning is straightforward. In a deeply divided nation, talking to the other side is necessary.
Forward.
Well said. And I wanted to ask you, so you went down to Mar-a-Lago and met with the president, and he actually was singing your praises after. He said you were fascinating, impressive, a common sense person. I agree with him on that. Not a liberal or a conservative. I'm curious what your takeaway was from meeting with him, and what, if you found that there's any specific policy areas you think you can work with him on?
Yeah, well, I think overall it was a positive experience. I mean, he was kind, he was cordial. It wasn't in any kind of theater. It wasn't trying to get your picture taken to kind of put something out on social media. It was just really a conversation. I actually spoke for over an hour.
Fetterman's voting record proves his progressive stance, even as critics question his recent actions. He voted with Democrats to reject Pete Hegseth's nomination for Defense Secretary, citing concerns about his qualifications. However, he also supported nominees like Kristi Noem and Marco Rubio, showing that he evaluates candidates based on merit, not party lines. This approach has earned him both praise and criticism. Now, he is preparing for hearings on two controversial nominees, Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr. Some wonder where he stands, but Fetterman has made one thing clear. He won't decide until he hears them out. For him, this isn't about partisan loyalty. It's about making informed choices. He believes that engaging with all sides, even polarizing figures, is essential for fair decision-making. "I don't regret speaking to anyone," he said. Whether it's Rubio or RFK Jr., Fetterman insists on understanding every perspective before making his call. His approach challenges the notion of blind party loyalty and raises a bigger question. Where is the line between compromise and principle?
You did get a lot of criticism for it from some people who thought you going to Mar-a-Lago gives cover to Trump by creating the illusion that he's amenable to working with Democrats. I was very supportive of when people like Mitt Romney and Rob Portman worked with Joe Biden, so I understand the need for bipartisanship. I didn't love the optics of you going to Mar-a-Lago. He was going to, which is his palace. He was going to be in Washington a week later. But what was your goal, and do you feel ultimately you were successful?
Well, here's what happened. I was being lazy on the couch at like Friday night, and my team reached out saying, "Hey," and I don't know if this is like a trolling or a hoax, but they extended an invitation.
One thing is certain, Fetterman isn't afraid of tough conversations. Whether it's with Republican leaders or controversial figures, he believes that open dialogue is key to making informed decisions. It's not about agreeing with everyone. It's about understanding different viewpoints. "You can't make progress by ignoring half the country," he said. According to him, these discussions have given him new insights. His approach isn't about surrendering, it's about problem solving. He sees value in this strategy, especially in today's divided political climate. But not everyone is convinced. Critics argue that meeting with certain figures sends the wrong message, suggesting he's drifting ideologically. Fetterman disagrees, insisting that honesty and fairness guide his choices. "I haven't changed my values, and I won't," he declared. To him, listening to different perspectives isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. His stance has ignited debate on what true leadership should look like in today's politics.
And overall, my wife was there, and she might be watching right now at home. Hi, Giselle, if you're home. And she was there as well, too, and we just had a conversation. And one of the things, can we agree on? Well, one of the things that was easy, like the Dreamers, the Dreamers, immigration, that. And Giselle was part of that community, and we both had the opportunity to express that. I would also, I'm on the Ag Committee, and I think protecting the SNAP as well, too. Food insecurity is really important issue. And some people on that side wants to go after that or weaponize that. So for me, those are kind of issues. Other things that we can agree on as well. But overall, it was just a straight up conversation, and I just have a rule. Like, I'm going to engage and have a conversation that's anyone playing it straight, and that's be doing my job again.
To some, Fetterman's willingness to engage with different political groups reflects strong leadership. His supporters see him as a problem solver who prioritizes progress over party loyalty. They argue that his approach is exactly what's needed to break through political gridlock. But his critics, especially those within his own party, strongly disagree. They believe his outreach to Republicans and his decision to join Truth Social signal a departure from core democratic values. Some even question whether Fetterman's choices could weaken his influence as a democratic leader. The key question remains, how will these decisions shape his political future? Will his independence earn him respect, or will it alienate progressive supporters who feel betrayed? Despite the criticism, Fetterman was crystal clear on the view. He has no plans to switch parties. "I'd make a terrible Republican," he joked, emphasizing his unwavering support for pro-choice policies, LGBTQ rights, and immigration reform. He urged people to judge him by his voting record, not by speculation. His decisions, he explained, aren't about pleasing anyone. They're about doing what's best for the country. His message to skeptics was simple: judge me by what I do, not by headlines. He believes his consistent support for progressive policies speaks louder than rumors. By the end of his interview, one thing was undeniable. Fetterman isn't backing down from his beliefs, and he's willing to face criticism if it means staying true to himself. His approach to bipartisan dialogue raises an important question. Does true leadership mean stepping beyond party politics? Or is it a risky move in today's polarized climate? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to spread the conversation by sharing this video.